Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I got a new flavor that I got for this year. This year has been very big recently, and what I just did is I just picked up the 2024 and 2025 6-foot tall airblown flavor snow globe. This was my third globe I got for this year. I was very excited. I've been waiting for years for Gemmy to bring back the snow pellet globe, which I'm very excited for this. So I did not get this since 2024, but I did get it in 2025. So the box is obviously different. It is the same thing as you saw from last year, but from this year, it has the. If you notice on the upper left corner, you can see it's got the airblown holiday lights. That's kind of a stupid way. Why would Gemmy do something like that? Gemmy should never do that, and you should never do that again. I would suggest just keep airblown flavor's logo the way it is. So I would suggest you keep it that way. So this is one of my newest additions to the 2025 Christmas Update 3 display. And I have not got another globe recently. Because I'm not really familiar with light show globes. I had a light show globe once, but it's just not my thing. What's better is the snow pellet globes are so much better than the light show ones. Which, if y'all agree on that, then that's good. But the light show, the snow pellet ones are so much better. Like the snow is just falling down and all that. It makes a really great tradition for Christmas, during the winter season and all that stuff. So yeah, this is brought back since 2024. And I hope Gemmy does make more of these. And I'm sure they'll do the same as this one. But I'm sure there'll be other ones as well. So stay tuned for that if Gemmy ever does that, for sure. And I will say this real quick, before that, this is, again, my third globe. I've had snow globes. I've had 3 airblown flavor snow globes for the past few years. Back in 2013, I actually had the 6.5 foot tall airblown flavorable snowman and snow globe, which has a bird house, squirrel, and of course has a larger size hat. And of course there's another snow pellet. But the trouble is, that one had LEDs on it, these awful LEDs on it, and a few years later, they've just worn out. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. So we couldn't fix that. And it has been permanently thrown out. So I'm sure other owners have that one as well. But just remember, I was the first guy who got it, and then before you guys did. And then secondly, I got the 5.5 foot tall light show globe, which was back in 2015, which that one I had for the past years ago. And then after that, after those two were gone, the final touch is my 6-foot tall globe, and it's finally back, again. So here it is, finally back here. I'm very excited for this. Before we get into that, this was purchased from the at-home store. I was there since October and recently got it right before it's been sold out because I'm not letting it get sold again. So I picked it up recently because there were only 2 boxes left. So I was the first person to pick it up that just went to go pick it up. It was right before the end of Halloween. So I got it and it's finally home to me. So enough of that, let's get to the box. So the box is original, like that being said, it is original. And the box is actually larger than I expected to be. So, like all the other globes do, because the others have like a larger size box. So let's get into that. So yeah, here's the front of the box. It is something we all know of. It is big. And then here we have both sides of the box. So right and left are the same thing, except it doesn't have any else that's on there. And then of course we have the back, which of course you can see the person sitting beside it. But as a side note, I am 5'8", so it's a little taller than me. So that's the height size I am right now. And of course this was made in 2025, but again, this was made back in 2024. So yeah, enough of that. Without further ado, we will go ahead and pause the video and get this thing fully unboxed. Before we get into that, we have some tie downs and stakes. The sticks are going to be spiral stakes, which like you just simply twist it down on the ground. And of course comes with heavy duty, which are plastic, and then the rest are metal for the base. Small metal ones for the base, of course. But I will be using all heavy duty. Well, obviously use the small metal ones for the base. So I'll be using those, or maybe use the U-shaped ones. So it depends on what I'm using. And then of course it comes with the warning and understand all instructions paper that comes with it as well. And yeah, that's all you'll be seeing. Without further ado, on to the inflatable. Alright, here is the inflatable. This one does have a YF 200, which is going to be this base fan right here. This one's got unfoldable legs. This one comes about 3 or 4 zippers. There is one in the base, which is actually yep, there it is. There's one right here. I know it's pretty dark, but you can tell there's a zipper. This is the zipper right here. And I'm gonna lay it back down. And there's the zipper that I just opened for the snow pellets, and there's one in Santa. I tried checking for the others and see, because usually it will come with either 4 or 5, which would be in these 2. But if it's not there, I would start pouring the pellets into the globe, and then into the globe here, and inflate it. So, and then inflate it for sure. And I'm pretty sure the snow pellets will all come out. This is going to be the blower, which is actually this one. I know you can't really see it, but this is the blower that blows out all the snow pellets from there. And here is the snow pellets. That's actually right here. And when I noticed the bag, there's not much in here. Usually it would be full, like it will be going, which it will be going right about here, I think. And that's where it will be going. But there's not many in this bag. And my goodness, that is larger than I expected it to be. So this is the pellets bag, and this is where you pour it right into the globe. You don't pour it on anything else but the globe, and that's where it starts the pellets to come into the base, into the tube of, and out through there. So that's where it come out, and that's where we come from. So anyways, without further ado, I will go ahead and pour the snow pellets into the globe, and we'll inflate it.
I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight.
Alright, here it is, fully inflated. This thing does inflate fairly tight, so this thing inflates very well. You can see I pour the snow pellets down, and my god, look at all the pellets coming right out. And there's all the snow pellets, which when you do that, you can make a little blizzard. So, as far as I remember how to do that exactly. But it is very new. It's got light bulbs, well known as LED C7 bulbs. I know it's very loud in here because because it's a small basement, so you know how it is. But this inflates fairly tight, like it's about to explode. The globe does have an air pocket, which is actually over here. There's the air pocket. And the chair is in the way, so I'm going to push that forward. So give me 1 second while I'm at it. Alright, back to where we were. So the base inflates fairly tight, like it's about to explode. This one does have C7 bulbs. So there's 2 in the base, which is actually this way instead of this way. So it's actually this way than it was before, you see. The tree's got 2, so there's 1 here and 1 here. The snowman has 1, so there's 1 here. And the Santa does have 1, which is actually right here too. So, but he does inflate fairly tight, and it looks really amazing the way it looks. So, And yep, there's the blower right there. This is where all the snow pellets come out. And very well interesting. So I'm gonna go around him so you can see. So yeah, there's another air pocket over here. So there's 2 air pockets. There's one here, and there's one more on the other side, right next to the zipper. So yeah, when this is very nice. This can be outdoors for sure. And when you plug them in, and there's 2 holes in the base here. There's one here, and there's another one over there. And there's the fan. There's the base fan, obviously. And this is where you can play them. So now, before we end the video, we have 2 tie downs. There's one here, and then there is one over here. And there's 4, 1 and 2 over here on the bottom, and there's 2 over here as well. So there's one there, and there's another one back there. And again, a little piece of snow pellet, which I'm gonna throw that out. So, as I noticed, there was a snow pellet laying there, for sure. But you all know what that really does. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this will include the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. This is really awesome, and I'm very happy. I'm so happy I got the snow pellets version. It looks so much better than it was before, because as far as I remember, Gemmy stopped making the snow pellets, but then after that, here it is back together. Which I'm really glad does not have the all-4 LEDs. I'm glad it has C7 bulbs, which is perfect. Fits in the I'm pretty sure it will fit in the outside in the front yard, and this will look great for it. So I'm really excited to put this thing out, and this will be great. So, as that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. And yeah, I'm gonna fix that part there, because there's like a bunch of snow pellets laying there, which I'm gonna fix that. But that's no big deal. So I'll deflate them and then fix that part there. It's easy for me to get, and then hopefully that will do the trick. And then yeah, so I have to say, this is the 6-foot tall snow globe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.